What?
Play like
Can you hold it still for me so I can like move my hands? You have to like hold it like this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
It's the worst
I
possible
can go
noise
like
ever.
this.
It's worse than Rock's breathing.
doesn't
noise.
recognize
That's
my-
it.
Usually, okay, now I just go like this. Like, I'll do it with my palms so I can click like this.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, thinking back to like, I think everything started from stage 1, obviously, when the season started, and we were trying to focus on, you know, what comps we play, who plays, why do they play, you know, we were trying to figure all that out, right? And stage 1 wasn't that bad. We went, what, 3-4, we lost like games we could have won. I think we were playing goats too. The whole meta basically was goats. We won 3 games. Going stage 2, I think things got a bit rougher. The level of the play that we usually go, even if we aren't sometimes the best, it's always, you know, pretty consistent. But maybe it was some kind of a mental thing that happened, you know, overall. But I think the quality of the gameplay that we usually put out dropped.
We played pretty badly most of stage 2. We had a few close games that could have gone either way. Well, I think there was only one that could have gone either way, really. Overall, I don't think we played that great, so I think the 0-7 record is deserved, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely went through a lot of changes because it seemed like none of the things that we were doing were working to the level that we expected. So we went through like several different rosters, several different like styles of play, you know, like we tried running DPS for some maps and then decided, nope, we're just gonna play goats. And a lot of the times we'd practice something for the whole week and then the day of the match we'd play something completely new because everything we tried that week failed. We never really had the time to really hone in strategies and like, you know, perfect them to the level that other teams are in Overwatch League.
So stage 2 was kind of weird for us because I felt like from the very start we had like, I don't think it was in our head, but we had like an extremely tough strength schedule, like probably the hardest, if not the second hardest. And we went to the first week of Vancouver with like all the confidence with us and like we played pretty freaking well against them, considering we didn't like take much like preparation into preparing for them because realistically they're like one of the most unbeatable GOATS teams. And it's just like extremely hard when we're not one of the most dominant GOATS teams, so we had to play GOATS against them. If anything, we were looking just to get practice off of them, which is like a good way to actually like look at it. I don't know if a lot of people think that way, but it's like it's really important to do that because you can't just play DPS against them and then just expect to win the series. And then the weeks after that, I felt like we didn't prepare hard enough for the following 2 weeks, which was like, I think the second 2 games were Philadelphia and Shanghai. I don't exactly understand the reason why, but it felt like we were underprepared for them, which, you know, caused us to start 0-3.
Everyone in the stage had a rough schedule, right? But like we start off the first week not playing a game, right? And we were like, yeah, okay, the scrims go well, we are doing good with goats. We didn't think anything was wrong by then. Suddenly, like first 2 games go a bit awfully. We were like, okay, guys, let's figure this out. We got this, you know. And then it keeps snowballing. Suddenly we are at homestand. We're like, how do we beat Dallas? And then Seoul game comes, so like, Seoul is coming. And then the Dallas game is over, and we're like, that was so close. Like it definitely wasn't, you know, our worst game of the stage, or maybe even the whole season, but we still lost. And then we have like, okay, we have 2 days to prepare for the next 2 games. The fact that we didn't find a solution by Dallas game kind of felt like that, you know, things were gonna be rough throughout. Like it was like bracing for impact at that point.
I mean, if we're gonna go 0-7 a stage, it was gonna be this stage. The meta doesn't really suit us, frankly. Like we're not like the best team in the league at this style of gameplay. It's not something that we'd really done before. And I mean, it's been a big learning experience for all of us to like improve at that and get better. And I'm confident that we actually have improved even though we're 0-7. So in that sense, I don't see the stage as like a total failure.
That sucks, we play such good teams, but at the same time, like, we need to be competitive, you know? It's not really that great of an excuse. But I think compounded with the fact that we're not the best at GOATS, playing against all these strong teams kind of like was extra difficult for us, you know? The schedule kind of being backloaded for us since we had a bye week, so we kind of had to play catch up, so we had like a lot of matches in a short period. We had to go to Dallas as well. So I suppose that was another negative external factor. But at the same time, other teams went through similar trials, still didn't meet the same failure we did. So I think ultimately the responsibility, despite these external factors being against us, the responsibility is still ultimately on us as a team for our failure.
We'll see how much trouble they give them. Back from the Dallas homestand weekend, let's hear it for the Houston Outlaws. Well, there's a nice shatter from Rio. Rockets down. Can they preserve him? No, they can't. And now it's 99% for the Charge, and nobody from Houston around. The Guangzhou Charge will take Lijiang Tower.
Look at this. It is another Graviton from Happy.
Let's get so many of them. There goes Muma. Jake already down two. It's going to be a Lucio 1v1 on the point to try to keep it alive. Boink in a lot of trouble. Rio comes in to try to finish him, but Chara does it for them, and that's Houston Outlaws.
Thank you, Mr. Logic!
Spree still has that grab, gets booped away though, trying to prevent him from using it. Transcendence used before the grab comes in, and now the self-destruct from Kumat. A kill on the Happy. Oh,
Big
and
shatter.
A great shatter from Muma as well. And now Houston will get a little bit of purchase here on the point.
Muma now with a sneaky corner shatter. Gonna try and hit this one. They know they don't have a lot of ultimates, so they need to make a good fight win here.
Oh, he
They
gets
get
it! That's a nice shatter.
Bubble.
But the
He gets
Zari bubble
Eileen.
comes in, doesn't matter, Eileen down anyway. Rio in a lot of trouble,
Nice
he's not gonna
move.
make it out. They have been really taking it to Rio all round long. And now Outlaws with the advantage here. They lose Muma, but they've got enough kills that this should be where the payload stops. They've got the grabs.
Got the Transcendence. There's the Graviton on the other side. Transcendence comes in from Raucus.
All right, Hotman just trying to fire away as much as he possibly can. Houston's still in this one.
They gotta stay on the payload. They don't do it.
Now Transcendence as they try to come back into the fight again. Into the side room, the cafe, the
And they're in
danger
the
zone.
pub.
Muma taken out. That's right, no relaxation in this pub. Houston Outlaws though, they turn the fight around. Very true. Muma, is he gonna go for maybe a sneaky shatter under the card? He will. Oh, and it works too. Transcendence comes in to save the day at the last moment for both teams now. There's a grab, self-destruct's coming in. Sound barrier
Big bomb.
help. Kumat with two anyway. And the Outlaws are right there. Chara with the kill on the Muma, but they're gonna need a lot more than that. I don't think the Lucio and Diva are gonna be able to do it. Maybe Happy. No chance. And the Houston Outlaws get a win on the board. Reload, now Rio does get the nano boost. It's swinging right into the sound barrier though. Oh, but it's a great shatter.
Oh, we got the mech. It doesn't
Oh, it
matter though.
doesn't
They
matter.
still break his shield.
Wow, that's crazy. The mech didn't even fly forward like Kumat wanted it to, but they get the kills in the end anyway. Well, what should be a little bit better defensive position, but maybe not. Muma tries to go for a big shatter, but doesn't really find anybody with it. Self-destruct coming in for Coolmat, and he finds the kill on the Chara's shoe. Coming in with the Transcendence, they're gonna try to win an aggressive 5v6, but with Raucus' ultimate in action, I don't think that's gonna happen. Rio goes for another shatter, but doesn't really do anything for the charge, and that should be point B now.
There's a sound barrier from Chara. They've got to start thinking about using it.
Yeah, you gotta get aggressive with that one right now. They're gonna try. Rio, though, already super low. I don't even know if he got that shield. He got killed so fast, and Outlaw just kind of rolled through that one. That was a pretty ineffectual defense from the charge.
Yeah, it absolutely was, and a lot of it was they didn't want to commit, so now Houston's going to come back and finish the map. 3 points, time in the bank as well.
And they need the kills to follow it up, though. Raucus Transcendence denies that. Now the opposite situation as the Transcendence from Shu delivers them, but Rio gets killed anyway, and now the charge getting pushed back. Houston Outlaws with a real chance to win this one now. Shatter comes in, Kib and Hoppa knocked down, Shu and Rio knocked out of this mortal coil. Muma catches Happy on the way out. What a great exit kill. Into overtime, Char coming around the back looking
Hoppa eats Spree's grab.
That's right, that is big. Spree loses a crucial ultimate. Hoppa back in the mech again. They're gonna charge forward with Shu's Transcendence. What a shatter from Rio. Outlaws in a lot of trouble, but no, they turn it right around on the Reinhardt. Sound barrier comes in just in time to save Rio. Now Kumat dispositioned. Muma in a little bit of trouble, needs to get down. Muma died with Earth Shatter. Oh no, he used it right as he was dying. Doesn't matter. The Outlaws turn it around. It's just Chara and Happy on the point. Hotpa trying to scramble to stay on it as well, but he's not going to be able to. Houston Outlaws, they are going to tie this series. We are going to the tiebreaker map. And it's only Jake and Dante on the point right now. Dante's wrecking ball, not going to last too long here. Boink back just to try to sustain it, but you're never going to get that even fight anymore at this point.
Yeah, it's just in Lucio now. That's the only thing. Boink going to be coming back. Booba tried to get there in time, and they can't quite eliminate him, so Booba will not get there.
There's no pressure on the point either. What a shot on the point. Are you kidding me? Happy's Widowmaker is insane. Shu comes back with some bloodthirsty support action, but it doesn't matter, man. That is the match. Guangzhou charge 2-0. They've got their Zarya back in the fight again, so I don't know. That's a problem. Shatter comes in for Gesture. It does split the Outlaws in half here. And London has everything they need to claim this map. Spree down as well. There's no damage anymore for the Outlaws. They got the Primal Rage. Move's gonna need like the best environmental kills ever to turn this one around, and I don't think that's gonna happen, man. Now Gesture's got his own Primal Rage as well, and Booba and Boink gonna be the final players to fall for Houston here as overtime expires, and that was a dominating win. The Outlaws staring 0-7 in the face, and I don't think there's much they can do to stop it.
No, there's not. Spree's gonna be low, does get his bubble up, but just nobody's there.
Everybody else falling here. Jake doing what he can, man, but that's gonna be about it, I would think. Grab comes in, and yeah, that's gonna be the 4-0.
So like last week we had Guangzhou in London, and we were really, like, even though we were 0-5, we didn't feel like an 0-5 team. Like we played Dallas really tough. It was a super close match, even though it was 3-1, and they just made the playoffs. And then we had to play Guangzhou, and we were really confident in playing Guangzhou, but we actually just played terribly on Lijiang, and we lost the first map. We messed up Lijiang, and then we did keep the first point on Hanmaru. We started off 0-2, but then going into it, we were really strong on King's Row and Rialto. Like realistically, we were really strong on 4 of the 5 maps, and we choked on 2 of them. We were really good on Lijiang, and we were really good on King's Row Rialto, which we won, and we were really good on Busan, but for some reason we just couldn't do anything on Busan. London was a huge team to beat. They've actually completely turned it around. I want to say this because like a lot of people don't realize this, but before the season started, London was like actually by far the best GOATS team in scrims. They were like the hardest team to beat in scrims. And then they took like a 3-week break, and then I don't think they could find their footing. So the stage came, and then they were basically just playing like not up to their level. And then I guess they found like their rhythm again with this new stage because they dominated. They almost went 7-0. Like they dominated. They went 6-1. Playing them, we knew it was going to be like a super hard team to beat, and we played close on some maps, but we couldn't get a win. So.
You know, we always kind of had the expectation that even though we knew we weren't playing like at our best and we could be better, that we would find a win here or there. So it's kind of crazy to realize that like we're just at the absolute lowest of lows that we can possibly be. In terms of a single stage, this is definitely the worst that we felt. So yeah, I don't know, it's kind of, I think everyone's at this point though, like it's not like everyone just wants to, you know, quit or, you know, everything like that. It's just like a level of like, well, this is happening. Let's do our best to not let that happen next time.
I think that our team is going through a lot of like growing pains, trying to find our identity. You know, like I think that we showed here and there that we have some potential in this meta, and I think that we're just kind of far behind everybody else, to tell the truth. And hopefully this next stage will kind of be an equalizer with like any balance changes or like a meta shift or something like that. But I think stage 2 was pretty bad.
I feel one of the biggest things in stage 2 was that we couldn't find like a unified 6 to play with. And I feel, for me in Overwatch, I feel like that's like an extremely important thing. From the very start of like stage 1, we didn't find like our full 6-man roster until a day before the season started. And I think that like when you don't have 6 people to constantly practice and like understand their tendencies and like what they want to do and how they think about the game, it makes it extremely hard to build chemistry with them. And it makes it extremely hard to like just understand what, like, you know, without even asking them, just what you're gonna know what they're gonna do. And that's a big part of GOATS right now, and that's probably why Vancouver's so strong.
Had we stuck with the 6 that we had in at the end from the very beginning, then I think that our stage would have been a lot different. I feel like your goal is to play enough together so like your plays become like instinctual, right? And so you can make plans in game super fast. Everyone already has an idea of what to do, and I mean that's just what practicing is, right? You're trying to make that natural, like make the decisions really natural, no delay on the calls that you make. Everyone knows what to do always, and so like playing together, same 6, same strategy is like you're going to develop that stuff over time. And so we go in middle of the stage and we bring in like a new GOATS roster. The other teams are kind of like in this position where they've been at that point I was talking about of like the instinctual gameplay for months, right? And we're just at a point where maybe we had the potential to take some match wins and do better with that roster, but we're still in a position where we're playing catch up.
The stage has been like a huge disappointment for like every single player. There's no doubt in my mind. Like no one ever expected to go 0-7. We know we're like capable of doing so much more, but we just choked when it came to winning, I guess. I don't know if it was necessarily choking or just not being ready for it, but we disappointed ourselves and our fans.